How to apply elbows in Jeet Kune? So hi guys, today we're going to talk about how to apply elbow techniques in Jeet Kune. In comparison to other martial arts, let's say Muay Thai or any other, elbows in Jeet Kune are used different. Also here the three main principles are the most important: directness, simplicity and efficiency. So how to use elbows in Jeet Kune? To use elbow also in Jeet Kune, most obvious thing is you have to have a right distance. Usually in most other martial arts, what you can see when they use elbow is they go for elbow even from a longer distance to use elbow, so they search for the technique. This would be something like this. So both fighters are in on guard. You could often see a guy coming in and do the elbow, going from outside to inside, looking for elbow. In Jeet Kune you use these techniques different. So you use the techniques that are suitable for the distance. Very long distance usually would be kicks. Closer distance, it would be kind of strikes. And if you very close, it would be usually hooks. If you're so close to your opponent, you would here, usually you use hooks. And also the very important thing in Jeet Kune is, so you have to understand, when you punch, when you strike, you never stay in the front of your opponent. You move to the side, off center, and you attack him. So you're a moving target and you attack the guy at the same time. When you think about that, using elbows would actually require to stay in front of your opponent, which can be dangerous because when you stay in front of your opponent, you're usually between his hands and he can attack you as well. If you punch, he waits and you would hook, you would go then here to the side. So you would actually move to his side, away from his weapons. To use elbow, you could go also this direction, but this is not needed because when you apply the principle of directness, you can see you go here and then you still have here your hook, your weapon, which you can apply faster. You can even apply safer because it's a longer weapon, because you can still reach your opponent with your fist. As long as you can reach your opponent with your hand technique, you would use usually the hand technique. Only times you would use elbow is when you cannot reach your opponent with your hand technique. If you punch and he blocks and he stays close, then you could actually use your elbow in this situation. It depends on the distance. If he does the same thing but he goes backwards, you cannot use your elbow anymore. So you wouldn't look for elbows, you would use it only if the situation suits the technique, which in street fighting is really very, very rare. If he does it like this and goes backwards, you could use your hand again. Even if it goes further backwards, you could use then your legs. Whatever suits the situation, the distance dictates the technique. This is a perfect example what you would say there's no style in Jeet Kune, because you don't look for techniques, you use the techniques that are suitable the best for this situation. What are more examples when you would use the elbow? The most obvious examples are when the opponent is close and he's angled towards you. He's close, he's behind you like this. You cannot use your fist to his face. You could go here and then you could use the elbow. If for some reason you're here and the opponent is on this side from the movement, then you could use elbow here. Also one good example is, let's say you punch and the opponent slips your punch to his left. Now here you can use the elbow. This is also a good example how you can use the elbow, because this goes really fast. You punch and you just elbow immediately. You see he's slipping away, you can elbow the guy. So you don't look for elbow, the situation dictates the elbow. It's like Bruce said, I see the opening, I don't hit, it hits all by itself. Another classical example, opponent is behind you, you can use elbow like this, you can go here, here, and you can go here. Opponent is here, you can use elbow here. You wouldn't use elbow into the front, even if you're so close, you still can use hooks far better than elbows. You can even use a finger jab, because you see, this weapon, in order to use the elbow, this weapon has to pass his target, and you switch to next one. Even this was more direct, here or here. You can go with a hook, and elbow comes after the hook. So you would actually use the hook if you use the three principles: directness, simplicity, and efficiency. So what you would not do is going here and going through the elbow. Why wouldn't you do this? Because in order to do this, why not using these hands as a weapon? You can go straight to the eyes, instead ignoring all these targets to grab the guy behind and do elbow. Look how many steps. 1, 2, 1. So that's the idea here also. Directness, simplicity, like always, efficiency. So you don't look for elbows, you only use elbows from the angles where you couldn't punch direct, simple and efficient. You can practice this also on pads, so you can feed your partner with exactly the same idea of application. If I'm here, this would be the head, here would be the stomach, here would be also the head. So further away it would be the back fist. So you see, here's the back fist and here's the elbow. Okay, so from here, it's always a hook. So you wouldn't go here with the elbow, you would go here with the elbow. When the opponent is here, you can't use the hand, so you would use here the elbow. But here you can use the hand. So you go with the hand, even because when you use the hand, you can create distance and punch the guy with the hook. With elbow, you have to stay close in order to hit him. But why? If you can create the distance and you can angle off, you'll be safer. So that's the reason why you would use in this situation the hook. If he goes back, this would be like this. So he created distance, or he goes to his left and he angle off and he goes away. So like here, you hook the guy or you hook the guy. If you use the elbow, you have to stay close. You want to minimize the risk, because always when you stay close, there's a higher risk. You can get punched, you can get grabbed, and even can get stabbed. So never forget about knives. So that's much about elbows in Jeet Kune. So you have a roughly idea how you can use it, how you can practice this, and you can also apply this. So the next videos are going to be how to use headbutts in Jeet Kune and also how to use the knees in Jeet Kune. What I can say you now, it's been used different in original Jeet Kune than what you have seen from most Jeet Kune videos about these two techniques. So guys, thanks for watching, Merry Christmas and see you next time.